call 911 or anything.
Okay.
We have a trauma bag that's on my
Yeah.
floor. It's got all the EMS gear that you can think of. Um,
Yeah.
I checked them over. I did vitals. We have a pulse ox. I did everything possible. And I mean, from what I understand, is it could have been food poisoning. It could have been the flu. It could have been something he ate.
Yeah.
But I'm still trying to
Oh
process.
yeah.
It was like just for his head to go back and everything. It
I
just
mean, watch him look at his face, and see if you see any signs that maybe it could have been a possible stroke.
I mean, he got diagnosed with Alzheimer's.
Ooh, that's never any fun.
But I mean,
I've had family like that.
yeah. I mean, like I'm trying the process of just like
Hmm.
maybe it could have been flu. It could have been the flu. It could have been food poisoning. It could have been um anything. It could have been just anything.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
It's like I will say this: our first responders are what makes this country run and what makes this country go. And
Yep.
and I can tell you, I went through my EMT courses, I went through my CERT courses, and I did police cadets when I was young and police explorers when I was young, and all the training that I've been taught paid off.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And
Most definitely. I mean, if it was only 45 minutes,
yeah,
you most definitely saved his life because within that 45 minutes, he was resuscitated.
yeah,
A lot of times, people don't even get resuscitated for 10, 20, 30 minutes,
exactly,
if at all.
exactly. I
And
mean, like,
so
I,
the sooner you start, the better it is. So you definitely you can definitely feel confident that that you responded and you responded appropriately.
exactly. I was just thinking about something because I was talking to my old professor that I had when I went through my EMS courses, and he suggested to do a whole CPR first aid course on TikTok with other first responders to teach Americans, hey, CPR saves lives, first aid saves lives. This is how you respond under pressure. This is how you respond under stress and everything.
Hmm.
And
And the one of the big things, for us, it's different because because of the way we are. But for people who have not ever had an emergency pop up, you can go through a class and it's all staged.
yeah,
But when you actually have a situation that pops up right in front of you, and family is the hardest, especially if they're
exactly.
infants. Family is the hardest. At that point, when they're not going to be able to really and honestly, they're not going to be able to keep their composure.
I mean, I
They're going to
remember
be frantic. They're going to be panicked.
exactly. I remember because I was talking to all my buddies, and I remember one thing that I remember we got taught was, it's 30 compressions, two breaths, and if you don't have a BVM, you're doing mouth to mouth,
Yep.
or you can use a rag or a tissue or a cloth.
Yeah.
Um, but the one thing that I remember about doing doing that under the most stressfulest, the most just everything, and I'm like, this is why I like saving lives. This is why I love saving lives.
Yep. Exactly.
And I was thinking, since you're in the first responder business, I was thinking we should
I
have.
wish it wasn't a business.
No, I wish it wasn't. I want to be able to teach. I was thinking, you, me, Rabbit Hole, and another first responder, Zachary, who's
Hmm.
me, because he's a Marine. He's also an EMT. He's a firefighter, and he's a medic, and he's a
Yeah.
TikTok. I was thinking about us somehow teaching a lecture on TikTok or on Facebook or Instagram, teaching Americans or
Mm-hmm.
civilians or people coming into the military or coming into the EMS world or just family members who are on TikTok, teaching them some kind of hands-on or social media CPR class or first aid or something.
Yeah. Well, I
Because
mean, with all the things that are going on with North Carolina, Tennessee,
yeah,
what you just experienced, there's a lot of disaster preparedness topics that really should be
exactly.
discussed.
Like I'm gonna write this down and I'm gonna put this up on my screen so everyone can see this.
Hmm.
And
You're good.
and you
You're
can tell
good.
people this.
So one thing I'm gonna let one thing I was gonna let you know, hon. There's a new app that will be released.
Y'all,
Okay.
okay. EMS, you tell people what that says. 3
Uh,
compressions, 2 breaths.
comp-
That's what it
yeah,
says. It says 30 compressions, 2 breaths.
yeah. It's mirrored.
Y'all, I'm gonna tell you this. Because EMS and me and all of our first responder family, y'all, CPR is a godsend. It saves lives. It brings
Hmm.
people back. And if you don't know what CPR can do, it saves lives. People, please understand this. If you were under pressure or if you were not calm, if you come up against a MVA, a MVC, a automobile accident, or if you're in a mall, a restaurant, or if you're out in public, if there's no AED available, y'all, please, 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 and I beg the living out of America, do CPR because it saves lives. There's a song called
Yep.
"Staying Alive." I remember that song so well. Actually, Alexa, hold on.
Playing from Fire Tablet.
EMS, tell me if you remember this song because this is a song that I remember when I took my class. Tell me if this is if this is a song. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Okay, you ready?
Yep.
So it's bottom hand, top hand, and you're going down.
Yep.
This is a song, y'all, that we get taught as EMTs.
Yep.
Tell me this is the song you remember.
Yep. It's got the right. It's got the exact beat. A beat in order to do your compressions too.
Yep.
Yep.
So y'all, please, 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 I'm asking everyone, if you are a first responder, military, if you are civilian, if you are, because if you go to Disney, I'm asking people all around the world today and all year, get your CPR training, get your first aid training, get your stuff training, because I can talk about it until I'm blue in the face.
Yep. And the big thing is bad CPR is better than no CPR. You've got to get the blood. You got to keep blood flowing. You've got to keep the blood flowing. If the airway is not restricted and you're afraid to give breaths, as long as the airway is not restricted, at least they're getting some oxygenation in the lungs as you're doing your compressions. It is better to give breaths in between in between your compression strokes
Mm-hmm.
because that refreshes the lungs.
Y'all, I'm telling you guys right now, CPR will be your best friend. It will save lives. It will keep someone from having a heart attack. Heart attacks are the number one silencer in this country. My grandpa my dad's side of the family passed away from it. He had 8 heart attacks. Poor eating, no working out, smoking. Well, yeah. Smoking and everything else will cause you to have a heart attack.
Yep.
5 different holidays. Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter are the most unalived holidays for people. Those are the holidays that we see people who and during snowstorms and blizzards and the weather. If y'all, hey, I'm gonna be my best friend then because he's also a first responder. He's security.
You're good. You're good.
Thomas, hop in the box real quick. I will say this. Without
And they said they don't have any orders from
Hi,
DoorDash.
Thomas.
I think he's
Oh, yeah,
he's getting something from his DoorDash.
He's with his mom. I will say this to anyone that is listening. CPR is a godsend. If you can't do CPR, if you don't have a trauma kit, buy a trauma kit or buy a kit that Thomas will talk about. It's called hold on.
Because
Hello.
you cannot.
What's
Right.
What's the kit that you're
No,
buying?
it's not.
Somewhere to show it off to people.
And they're closing up.
That's the kit, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so y'all, this is the kit that can save lives. Also, it's like a trauma kit.
It is a trauma kit. It's for gunshot wounds. It's for the.
I
Sorry.
can't say that. We love
And
the
they're
TikTok
closed
shop.
now.
TikTok shop is great.
So
the best thing you can do
TikTok
is
shop is awesome.
TikTok shop.
yeah,
Yep.
I would
Okay.
say this.
So how much am I gonna be refunded?
It's for bad things.
Yeah,
Let's say that.
it's for GSWs.
Yes, I can hear you.
So
would I be
Thomas,
reimbursed for traveling this
You
far to KFC and not?
So, as Thomas was saying, this kit and the kit that I have, y'all, trauma kits can save lives.
Yep.
If you are a first responder, if you are military, if you are a veteran, if you are a civilian, please, 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 I recommend getting trained. I'm gonna let EMS talk about training.
Well, you've got a lot. You can go in, and the American Red Cross does have opportunities. You can go online and find your local American Red Cross in your area. They offer they offer adult classes for CPR, first aid. You can, there's a lot of good information that they have there. The first number, I mean, you don't have to necessarily go and do the classes. It's more, than more so being a vigilant observer. If you're driving down the road, you see somebody broke down on the side of the road, go ahead and call 911. Report that vehicle on the side of the road with a flat tire. Now, the way it works, you call 911. You tell them, I have a suspected disabled driver on the side of the road. What that 911 operator will do is they know that this is not a life or death emergency, and they will ask you questions about what you see, if how many occupants are in the vehicle, things like that. They will take all that information down. Some cities actually have, here in Plano we have it. They have a public safety officer, and the public safety officer's only job is non-emergency things that do not require police, and they'll go out and they'll change tires. They'll go around, they'll check your doors, make sure your house is locked, and there's a lot of non-police related things that they
Hey,
do. That's why we
brother.
created them. If it is a emergency, then they will escalate it. But 911 does not have a problem with you calling and reporting. And I have called many, many times and
But y'all,
reported accidents. And the problem is my report has all the details. A lot of other people, they don't give enough details.
I will show you the apps that we use for calls. I think I still have it on my tablet. It's called patient care. So when you call 911, and only do it for emergency only. Give your name, your first name, last name, your date of birth, the address where you're calling from, or a mile marker. If it's a DV, or if it's a CB call, or if it's anything, you can say, I want to order a pizza, or something like that. This is a safe place to feel comfortable. It's a safe place to come and talk. I'm gonna see if I can find the app that I have.
And as far as the classifications of emergencies, like I said, if you see a disabled vehicle or you see somebody passed out on the road, a disabled vehicle and somebody passed out on the road are actually both emergencies, because if that vehicle's on the side of the road, there have been so many people who are out changing their tire on the side of the road and been hit. We've got tow truck drivers that drive those great big huge trucks with all the flashy lights on them.
The ones
And
that
tow
I
truck
love.
drivers,
The ones-
tow truck drivers get unalived often, just doing their job. I mean, they're paid to do this, and some people do not know, or senior citizens. I love stopping and helping senior citizens, especially the grandmas. It reminds me so much of my grandma. But they don't have the strength to change the tire, and I'll stop and change their tire, and I don't charge for it because that's what I do. But I mean, if you see somebody, if you don't think you can do it, at least call. A lot of places they have services. Either they contract them or they have them inside their own department, where they'll send out a fire truck because there's a fire crew they're bored. They don't have anything to do except lift tires, so that they're more than happy to jump in the fire truck and go for a ride and go change a tire.
Yeah, they're like,
They love getting out.
Exactly. And y'all, I will say this right now. If you don't know how to do first aid, or how to do what we call it CS class, it's a combat life saving class, but we call it first aid class for the military. If you don't know how to do life saving skills, get involved with your local fire department, or your local VA, or your local or a recruiter, or get involved with the American Heart Association or the American Red Cross. I'm gonna say this because Christmas is we're out, 3 days from now from Christmas.
Yep.
Y'all, please go get trained on CPR.
And the thing is the fire departments and all that, a lot of them are more than happy to help you with with the basic training. They do have calls they may have to go on, but they are more than happy to help you and gather information and get you pointed in the right direction. Because anybody who can help out is actually a resource, instead of a hindrance. But another thing is, remember, when you see the flashy lights, slow down and move away from the lane that the flashy lights are on. There's so many times that people are driving, they're not paying attention, and they plow into the flashy lights. and the flashy lights here in Texas, at least, we
Oh,
actually
yeah.
upgraded it from red and blue to any color flashy lights.
Yeah, can we bring up the fact that people don't pull over, that they don't slow down, and they don't pull over for first responders? Let's bring that subject up. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna bring that subject up. If y'all see first responders who are on a call on the side of the road, have the decency to pull the F over. Because how many times do we have to go in and save a life? And I would say this: I've seen, because in my state, I've seen white crosses on the side of a road because of a family member, or because of a first responder, or because of a cop.
I can guarantee everybody that you're being late for work because of traffic and an accident is a lot less than that person who's actually in the accident that we're trying to get to. They're
Exactly.
having a much worse day than you ever will by being late to wherever you're going. So when when you see the flashy lights, move over and slow down. It is
Exactly.
it and just and pretty much. I think it's in. I might miss a state, but I think it's in every state in the United States of America. There might be one or two states that I'm missing, but I think it's all 50 states that there is a law that actually says slow down,
And
move over.
exactly.
And what they call first responders here, and I can speak for Texas, what they call first responders are construction workers, fire,
EMTs.
EMS, EMT, police, tow truck workers. Believe it or not, those guys in those big tow trucks, they're first responders. Um, utility workers. Here in Texas, first responder has been broadened as far as as far as the law is concerned. And again, it goes back to when you see flashy lights. Our flashy lights include every color in the rainbow. They used to be just red and blue lights, and then but then they said, "Hey, we need to get people." When you see the flashy yellow lights, or the flashy green lights in yellow and blue and red and white and pink and purple, and they they basically just sat there, and after they started listing out the colors, they said, "Okay, you know what? Any color flashy lights
Guess
is an
what?
emergency vehicle. Move
EMS.
over, slow down."
EMS. Guess what? My whiteboard on my EMS tablet is gone. It's been wiped,
Uh-oh.
and so has my EMS app.
Oh no. That's not good.
I guarantee our EMS tablets have been hacked
Mm-hmm.
because I can't find it.
Uh-oh. Can you go to your Play Store, Google Play, and re-download it?
I'm gonna have to, because I had it. This is why,
But yes, Outdoor, like you're saying, nothing replaces training.
like, I'm now pissed that I had to re-download all my apps.
Damn.
Because
That's never any good.
I wanted to have my whiteboard. Actually, here, I found it. Haha. Yes.
So the icon might have just been moved.
Okay, so I'm gonna show this to y'all. Allow CPR saves lives.
Yeah, I can read that. That's big. My eyes aren't that bad, but they're bad enough.
No. Yes. Okay, next one. Ready? I'm gonna put it.
Also, another thing, following up on recent incidents, officers always watch your back. Especially when you're at schools, you resource officers. There was an incident that just happened recently. A little kid got his finger inside the holster where it shouldn't be,
Mm.
and
EMS,
you
maybe
know what happened.
if you can read that. Holidays.
Well, everything's mirrored.
Okay, holidays
So,
are heart attacks.
So
yep.
for all officers, please be more diligent about your equipment, because that could cause
Thomas,
accidents that should not happen.
Thomas, share the live. Cause I want to get my dad in here. EMS, share the live out to get your buddies in here.
I'm gonna hit a bunch of icons here.
I'm trying to get
I'm also a security officer, so
my buddies in
yeah,
here.
be
Woohoo! Trey,
careful.
get your butt up here.
But absolutely, by you reacting and you responding as quickly as you did the right thing.
Exactly.
So, so you can, you don't need to be stressed out on that, hun. That's you absolutely did what you were supposed to do.
That's why I was like, let me go talk to EMS. Let me like debrief with them. Like
You're
so
good. You're good.
I want to y'all, because Christmas is coming up. I'm going to get my EMS trauma bag. I'm going to show people because I have a light. Finally,
You do? Okay, because it was a little dark.
I have a ring light.
Okay,
Okay, it might be bright, so
you're good.
all right, ready?
Yep.
Okay. Now does that work?
Yes, that works perfectly.
FD team, hop in the box. Cause I'm trying to get all of our buddies to hop in. Okay. Cause I can't get my phone to do it stand, but there. So I'm going to show everyone what is in my bag. Okay, for the holidays because EMS, me, and FD, and everyone else. Okay, so I carry a pulse ox. We
Mm-hmm.
have, and I'm going to go step by step in this bag. So I carry a pediatric, 2 adult. I carry a SAM splint. I carry a dead flashlight, which I need to get fixed. I carry another trauma bag. I carry a small trauma kit in here. I have shears. I have another pair of shears. This needs to go in here for OB. I carry a knee brace in here for calls. I have a SAM splint. I carry a stethoscope, which I just bought, and I'm not gonna have my last name on here, but yeah. Okay. Next on the chopping block, I carry a brace for broken hands. I have string for birth. I carry 2 of these. I have an elbow one. I have burn cream for itching. I have another kit.
Never have enough Band-Aids.
I have more string for, and I have one of these. It has a seatbelt cutter. I carry it because our fire department now uses them. I have more string for births. But this is the best thing that our fire department has ever bought.
You see, my seatbelt cutter
And I have an elbow
is
brace.
right here.
Yep, I have one.
These, and I have done it before. These will cut a quarter in half.
I have my bigger ones. Mine's in my family car.
Mm-hmm.
I have my shears.
Hey there, FD team.
EMS, tell me, compare these to the small ones. These are my favorite ones.
Yeah, those are a nice set of gauze cutters.
Yep. These are for GSWs for these. Oh, I love these. I get these from Germany. These come because of our family. I have tons of gauze. I'm gonna put these back in here. I have a juice box for someone that's diabetic.
And another thing to note, it's always good to go through your kit and test everything and check your expiration dates. Make sure that everything is up and you don't have dead batteries.
And I have a blood pressure cuff. I'm not on shift. I had to deal with something really, really, really scary tonight, FD. I'm gonna let EMS talk about it because I don't want to talk about it because it was really scary. So I'm gonna let EMS talk about it.
So what had happened is her uncle, he was sitting in a chair and his head fell back.
He went
and so she, she checked. He was unresponsive. She put him on the floor, and she then had to commence doing CPR in order to bring him back. But he was out for about 4 to 5 minutes unresponsive before he came back.
Yep.
And so one of the things that we've been talking about is that family members are a little more stressful to deal with than the general public, stranger, because they're so close. So that's where she's at right now. She's doing better now, but she was having to take and process that it was a family member.
Yeah. And I'm still deciding if he had the flu or if he had food poisoning, because guess what? Guess what he ate? Ice cream that was recalled, chips that was recalled, other food that was recalled. So y'all, guess what? Washington D.C. is poisoning U.S. Americans on food. All of our food in the United States has been recalled by Washington D.C. And you can thank Joe Biden. And you can thank the FDA and the CDC for not having enough food handlers.
Mm-hmm.
So I have more GSW gauze. I have bandages. I went to the top one. Do I have anything in here that I need to open up? Oh yeah, I have hand sanitizer. This is for my stethoscope. I have my pen light. EMS, I just bought this.
Yeah.
And guess how much I spent on it?
Looks like $50.
No, $600.
Holy crud.
Guess why?
Does it recharge in a cradle?
It does, and it's also bulletproof.
Okay.
It's bulletproof, waterproof, fireproof. Y'all, I don't know what company. Well, Sierra Trading makes the best EMS gear, hands down.
Mm-hmm.
You guys can see it. It's made by Sierra. I want to tell you guys this. I'm gonna show you guys all my gear. So this is my trauma bag.
Yep.
I just stacked it really nicely. So I'm gonna show you guys my shirt. EMS. I cannot believe I bought this EMS bag on Poshmark for $5.
Nice.
And look how big this thing is.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And you can put your last name on it.
Ammo proof.
You want to see how? Okay, I'll show that. I will show my pen light off. So, I've taken this to the range. I've shot that. I have pew on this. I have thrown it. I have broken it. It does not break. It does not. It bounces. This thing is tough. It is a pen light. This thing
That's cool.
has been through hell and back.
That's cool.
This is the best trauma bag, y'all, that I have bought, and it's also so reflective.
Hey Nana, how you doing?
Oh, I'm hot. And then this is my EMS coat.
Nice.
And then this is my EMS shirt. My badge is just with my dad. No, you wanna hop in? So, yo, I'm gonna say this to you guys. CPR saves lives. If you can't do CPR, then have someone else do it, because CPR saves lives. Hold on, I'm changing my hat.
And the other thing is, guys, good CPR is life saving. Bad CPR is also life saving. If you don't know CPR, at least you should do what you can do, because keeping blood, keeping oxygen flowing until EMS shows up to then take over is crucial. It is extremely important, so that the person the victim, they have a chance. Just standing around is doing nothing. That does not help. Now, things you need to do when you do assess do that is you need to assess the situation. Is it safe for you to go and provide aid to somebody? Because when we respond, we want to respond to one person. We don't want to have to respond to the Good Samaritan, because now we have two victims. So if it's not safe, like you have down power lines or something like that, and it's not safe, then you don't have to respond. But we do want you, if you can safely to yourself perform CPR, absolutely jump in there. Go to your fire departments, go to Red Cross. They have a lot of training classes. You can also there's videos online. If you've got one of these Alexa devices or something like that, she can talk to you and tell you. But absolutely jump in and help.
I'm gonna show a CPR video real quick that he's talking about.
Like the hat.
It's from Luke. I got it from Luke Bryan when I got to meet him. Okay, tell me if this is the right one, because I'm trying to find the right one. Ready?
We are reminded of the importance of CPR. Immediate CPR can actually double or triple chances of survival after cardiac arrest. Joining us now is American Heart Association volunteer ER nurse and CPR instructor Peter Tharp to walk us through the importance of CPR. Peter, thanks so much for being here, highlighting the importance of heart health here. This terrible thing that happened on Monday Night Football, so important that we all know how to do CPR, and it's very simple, but it's something that we all need to know how to do. Can you talk a little bit about the importance of CPR?
It's super important. I mean, the life that you saved could be somebody that you know.
Yeah.
About almost 3/4 of all people that go into cardiac arrest outside of a hospital happens in their home.
What is cardiac arrest? Why don't we start there?
So cardiac arrest is your heart has stopped pumping. It could be for a number of different reasons. Weird electricity in the heart, lack of oxygen, lack of blood. But it's when the heart has actually completely stopped pumping. So your
Pickles,
body's
hop
not
in the
getting blood
box.
anymore.
Our hearts do this amazing circuit, right? And in just a split second, an impact like what happened with Hamlin there can trigger a problem, can trigger an issue. Right?
EMS, tell
Yes,
Pickles to
very much
hop in.
so, yeah. The
Hey,
important
Pickles, hop in.
after that, and if the heart's not pumping, we have to be the heart to pump, right, essentially. And so getting that CPR initiated very quickly is super important to make sure that people survive and have the best chance of recovery.
We're going to do a demo here in just a moment, but I want to focus in on the difference between cardiac arrest and heart attack. They oftentimes get confused.
So I'm going to show a scenario on what can happen. Hi, Mullet. I'm going to show a scenario. So this is from our EMS training. So I'm going to show you guys what is the difference between life and death.
Hi there, it's your friends over at Action First Aid. It's been 6 months since you've taken the last training. Do you remember what to do?
Oh, Ian, I think I need some help. I'm not feeling very well.
What's wrong?
I just feel a little nauseous. There's some pressure in my chest.
Okay. Maybe just take a seat here. Roger. Oh. Roger, wake up. Roger.
Hi, Lieutenant.
Jimmy, go call 911. Tell them we have someone who's unconscious. Barb, go get the AED. Bring it back to me as soon as you can. Kelsey, go stand outside and wait for the paramedics.
So y'all, this is what the difference is between life and death.
One, two, three,
4,
5,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So it's 30 compressions, 2 breaths.
Begin by removing all clothing from the patient's chest. Cut clothing if needed.
If you guys don't know what CPR is the number one life-saving mechanism in the United States. If you don't know how to use an AED, then go and get trained. It's so easy.
And an AED is an external defibrillator.
I'm going
What
to
it does is it's a couple of pads and a box. The box, supplies a shock to the pads, but the box also does a lot more than just provide shock. What it does is it will actually look at your vital signs of your patient, and it'll recommend, if a shock is necessary, and if a shock is necessary, it'll actually provide you all the
I'm telling you guys right
instruction
now.
verbally.
So
It's a very good life-saving device.
check this out. Okay, so EMS, right? This is another video, and this is my professor. This is infant choking.
Now in this training segment, we're going to talk about what to do when your conscious choking infant has gone unresponsive. Now, if you've not already activated EMS by calling 911 or calling a code, now is your opportunity to do so. If you don't have a cell phone available or you don't have a runner to go call 911 or there's not a code button, you're going to have to do it yourself. I like to bring the baby with me so that I have them available either to do CPR en route, or I have them so that once I've activated EMS, they're right there with me and I can begin my compressions again. However, after we've told somebody, you in the plaid shirt, go call 911, come back, I might need your help, and bring an AED if you can find one, now we're going to actually go right into chest compressions. The reason we're doing that is because we were already with the baby when conscious choking. If you weren't with the baby, you might need to start with a reassessment, but we're going to say we're continuing on. Baby was conscious, they were choking, now they're unconscious, and they're still choking. Nipple line for the landmark, 2 fingers down in the lower third of the sternum, third the depth of the chest for compressions at 100 to 120 compressions per minute. We're going to start right now. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. I bring the baby's head into a neutral position and look in the mouth. See if there's product. If I don't see product, I'm not going in for a blind finger sweep. That's contraindicated in babies. I don't see anything visibly, so I'm going to go ahead and attempt a rescue breath. Nothing goes in, so I reposition the head and try again.
So, y'all.
Nothing goes in. So I'm going to go right back into...
So, if you guys don't understand what choking is, or CPR, or first aid, here's the time to understand it, because Christmas is coming up as of we're 3 to 4 days out from Christmas. Y'all, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's Eve. All these 3 holidays are one big, fat, choking, heart attacks, strokes, car accidents, MVAs, fire hazards. Please, 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 I beg for y'all to be careful on Christmas. I beg to be careful on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, because these are the times where someone is calling 911, or they're calling the emergency, they're calling us, or they're calling EMS. It's good to know CPR. It's good to know first aid. It's good to know how to deal with if someone is choking. If someone is choking and they cannot talk, they're going to put their hands like this and they're going to say that they're choking. They are going to freak the fuck out. They're going to sit there and not be able to do anything, but they're going to freak. Their face is going to turn white and pale, and they're going to go unresponsive. First thing you do is you don't panic. You take your hand and you put it here and you push up. 5 things to know. CPR, first aid, choking. Because if you can't get something out of their throat, there's a new tool in the market that I recommend. I just donated it to our EMS this past month. It's a choking device. It's like a vacuum, a pump that is for choking. I recommend it for schools. I recommend it for restaurants. Every place that has an AED, I recommend doing it and having it. EMS, you can talk. You can give a lecture on it.
Well, and again, there are so many videos, and it's as far as your fire hazards, cooking turkey or ham or whatever. There's a lot of there is a lot of time that you can actually create a fire If you the new fad is to deep fry a turkey out in a cauldron or a kettle over an open flame. There are a lot of videos showing how this can go wrong quickly when you put the turkey in and the cold of the frozen turkey mixes with the hot grease, and the hot grease comes spilling out of the top of the pot. And of course, now you've got hot grease spilling out into an open flame. Bad situation all the way around. You've got to be very careful with this. Choking. If you see somebody who is giving the universal sign of choking, what you want to do is you want to go over. You want to get behind them, bend them over, so that you can get your hand underneath their sternum and give them thrusts. You want to give them 3 good solid thrusts up, and as you get 3 good solid thrusts up, that should dislodge whatever's in their throat. If it does not, repeat. So.
Now I just made myself wanting to cough up a loogie. Oh. So it's choking, CPR, first aid. If it's a first aid incident, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take gauze, or you're gonna take something, and you're gonna wrap until the blood is cut off. You don't want to cut off the blood circulation, and if it's really, 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 really bad, then do it. But
tourniquets are not preferred.
Toys. They're not toys. They're not to be.
Yeah, they're not. A tourniquet is not preferred. If you have a tourniquet, if you have an issue, somebody's lost their arm, a tourniquet, yes, because otherwise they'll bleed out. But the thing is, you have to, if you do use a tourniquet, you have to maintain and monitor that tourniquet. And another thing is, when you apply a tourniquet, you need to put the time of which the tourniquet was applied.
Okay.
That way we know. That way, when we respond, we know that it was that your circulation may have been cut off for 5-10 minutes. Also, if the area starts turning blue, the tourniquet is too tight, and you need to release pressure to allow blood flow. So
I want to show you guys a video. Actually, I just found it. Hold on, where was it? So, if someone is having a heart attack, I'm going to show you guys what a heart attack looks like.
No! I can't believe it, not again, that stupid ref! What is wrong with him? I'm gonna lose so much money on this game. This is just unbelievable. Can't believe it.
Hey, Joan, what's going on, man?
I'm watching this game and this ref, he doesn't know what he's doing. This is horrible.
Well, the game is one thing, but you don't look like you're doing so well. What's going on?
I don't know. I think I'm just stressed out. I've got a lot of pain right up here in my chest. It's almost like someone's sitting on my chest.
Well, I tell you what, that's pretty classic signs and symptoms, along with you sweating so bad, of a possible heart attack. Have you ever had a history of a heart attack or heart problems before?
No, I've never had any problems like that before.
Well, I'll tell you what, to be on the safe side, why don't we just call an ambulance and have them check you out? To make sure that it's not a heart attack.
No, I don't need an ambulance. If I gotta go to the hospital, I'm just gonna drive if I have to.
Well, listen, here's the deal. If it is...
Okay, so if you are having a heart attack, you're going to have chest pain. Your right arm is going to feel numb. It's going to have tingles and pains. If you are sweating, and you're going to be sweaty. If you're having a heart attack, do not drive yourself to the hospital. Call EMS. Call 911. Because CPR, first aid, heart attacks, strokes, everything can save a life. I'm telling you. I've seen MVAs, GSWs, car accidents. I've seen overdoses. I've seen shit that has happened. I'm telling you, from from a EMT to another medic. We've seen shit.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is if the other thing is if you're going to drive yourself, which is not recommended
at all.
If you're going to drive yourself, and when you turn on your hazards, those are the flashing yellow lights on your vehicle. All you're doing is alerting people that you are now a hazard on the road. You are not an EMS vehicle. I drive an EMS vehicle. I have an ambulance.
Hey, Mom.
She drives or rides in an EMS vehicle. We have proper sirens. We have proper lights on our vehicles in order to drive at speeds at or above the speed limit. With that being said, if you're driving in a 35 mile an hour zone and you're doing 45 miles an hour or better, you are breaking the law because you are not a properly licensed EMS vehicle, emergency medical services vehicle.
So
by doing so, you are actually putting others at risk because you do not have the proper lights or siren to alert others of the emergencies.
So, y'all, I don't know if you guys can see him who's in blue, but this is my primary care physician. He's one of the world's best doctors in the state of New Jersey. $0. I will tell you this. He's not just a DO, he's also a family medicine primary care physician doctor. I can tell you, y'all, he has practiced at Duke University. So Duke University is one of the highest hospitals in the country, and so is Mayo Clinic and Morristown and Overlook. Y'all, I don't recommend going to Johnson.
Another thing is if you are a family member or friend and you are trying to race somebody to the hospital, you are under the law to follow the rules of the road. Because again, we do not know from your hazards and your blowing of horn whether you are deranged
guess what I found?
or if you have an emergency.
You got to go to the ER.
Guess what I found?
Do you?
EMS. Do you remember him, Dr. Travis?
Heart disease is the number one killer of both men and women. I get asked all the time, when do I need to go to the ER? And I'm going to tell you right now, that classic scene you see in the movies of men clutching their chest with chest pain, chest tightness, that is the classic symptom of a heart attack. But it can certainly be accompanied by other symptoms: shortness of breath, nausea, sweating. And here is the kicker that I tell people, especially women. Women will have very non-specific symptoms. Women may not have chest pain at all, and men may not have chest pain. They may have pain in their arms or pain in their jaws, a little bit of nausea, lightheadedness. I have even seen women whose only complaint is generalized weakness. And so I have a resounding answer for all of you when it comes to whether or not you need to go to the ER. When in doubt, go get it checked out. Go to the ER, because time is muscle. And if you're having a heart attack, the sooner you come, the sooner we can provide you with help and medication to hopefully save your life.
You heard the doctor. When in doubt, go to the ER. Because guess what? If you're having a heart attack, like my grandpa did, he's not alive anymore, but if I could have done anything differently, I could have been at my grandparents, doing CPR, doing decompressions and breaking ribs. I could have been there. And it took the Virginia paramedics of Virginia Fire Department, who are still fucking blamed to this day, who are on TikTok, who I'm going to beat the living shit out of. It shouldn't take a fire department an hour and a half to get to a call.
Should never take that long.
So, y'all, learn from experience. If you call 911 and if they don't show up, keep calling. keep bugging the fucking dispatcher, because the dispatchers are the ones that are going to find out what the F is going on with the EMTs or the medics or the paramedics or a life squad unit. Because I'm going to tell you, actually, I'm going to see if I can pull up our EMS scanner. Because it should be that easy. Because I still have my radio, so I can see if I can pull. Okay, tell me if I'm right or wrong, EMS. Should it take a fire department or an EMS unit an hour and a half to get to a call?
The only time it takes a long time is depending on where the call is. If it's in the city, you should expect within 30 minutes or less. If it's out in the country, then you can expect an hour, because it takes time to actually drive out to a remote location. Now, depending on the severity of the issue, they may send care flight, and then you get to ride in a helicopter or an airplane if you're up in Alaska, because up in Alaska, a lot of times what they'll do is they'll actually send an airplane to come and pick you up and then taxi you back.
I can tell you this, guys, if you are in New Jersey, Alaska, Delaware during the winter, expect the Coast Guard to come and get you. Because I can tell you, we don't have helicopter pads. We have ballparks. We have baseball parks. So those are our landing fields.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna see if I can open up our scanner app.
If they can put a bird down, they will find a way to put a bird down in order to pick up a patient and then take off again to get them where they need to go, depending on the severity of the accident or the location of the accident. Because in some cases, you can't get out or get in when by vehicle. You have a lot of times ground won't work, and you have to go by air. So
I'm trying to pull up the video for Okay, so I will say this, because our EMS stations are down. EMS, we got a problem.
Uh-oh.
I'm trying to find our scanners.
Well, I've got just a basic scanner.
I have my radio, but it's downstairs. I don't want to go grab it, but I can pull it up on my phone, but I thought I would have the radio app on my phone. I hate the fact that our EMS tablets got fucked this year.
Well, I've got my Dallas PD scanner, and volume's up all the way, and you can hear no traffic.
I'm trying to find.
That's pretty bad when there's no traffic on the scanner.
I just know, you know what calls. It's the S word.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not gonna say.
Well, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad when you have no traffic on a scanner.
Mm-hmm.
Because normally there is traffic. I'm not saying it's bad. I mean, it'd be nice if there was no traffic, but being that I know these scanner channels, I know there's generally traffic of some level on these, and there is no traffic, which is not good.
West Virginia, South Carolina, Tennessee. I found our state. I'm downloading it now. Okay, ready? I found it.
Mm-hmm.
Are you checking status? Careful. 49.
It'll off.
Mine is. Let's see if I can find.
49, I'm out of jail.
I might have to go grab. I might have to go grab my radio from downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just found it. And it's really you know what. There's not a single call.
Yeah.
So y'all.
I mean, it's nice when it's Q, but and knowing the areas and knowing how things are when it's Q, and that's suspicious because you don't know what's really going on.
No, we don't. So y'all, I'm gonna say this: CPR is a life saving. Yeah, man. Should I restart my life?
I don't. For the most part, I really don't think a whole lot of people are really, on this app. I don't think a lot of people really are interested. It's sad, but there is a new app that will be released tonight.
I mean, I heard
called
Lemon.
No, Lemon is an offshoot of TikTok, and when this ban goes through, because see, here's the thing: TikTok is waging their entire argument on freedom of speech, but yet they have so much censorship on the app that the argument falls flat on its face.
And you know what I heard is that I heard TikTok's gonna get banned.
Yep, it's supposed to be on the 10th. The U.S. Supreme Court's is basically just a dog and pony show. That on the 10th, TikTok is going to go in. They're going to argue. The Supreme Court's going to sit there and they're going to uphold every single lower court who has said that the ban should be enforced. And then on the 20th, TikTok's going to go away, and it may actually get removed from devices. And when it gets removed from devices, no one will have access to it anymore.
You know what else I heard?
But there is a app called Mango, Mango.
What I heard was is they're gonna try to ban Instagram next.
Maybe that's a possibility, but right now they're definitely looking at going after ByteBit and which is TikTok, and then probably Lemonade, because that's just an offshoot of TikTok.
I'm trying to see if my dad's on right now.
But there's a new app coming up, hon.
So
at midnight, which would be at 11:59 Central, but at midnight, you can start looking for this app called Mango.
Yeah, my dad's
on
not
the
gonna
Play Store.
Yeah, my dad's not gonna let me have it.
And Mango is supposed to be, a combination of different apps as one app, and it's gonna be like TikTok, but with freedom of speech.
So you want to see who my dad is?
Okay.
That's my stepdad. He's made very clear. Once TikTok gets taken off, I'm either going to Facebook, or I'm going back to Instagram, or I'm going to Twitter. Well, I might stay away from Twitter because Elon Musk.
I would give. I'm going to give it a try. Mango. I'd give it a try.
I've heard mango's a good one. But
They just they haven't been able to keep a release date.
No, they haven't.
But tonight at midnight they're supposed to release it.
Oh, guess where I'm going for Christmas this year? I'm going to Disney.
Oh, that's gonna be cool.
Yeah. Me, my dad, and my brothers, we're going to Disney because Disney supports the military.
Of course.
And I can tell you, I was on so many lives on TikTok that I was watching Disney lives all night last night. And guess how much Disney makes to every single year?
Like 200 million?
No, $5.6 trillion.
Damn.
So, y'all, I'm gonna touch upon a touchy subject because this happens bans all across the United States. There's a, how do I put it? Scientology. Scientology is a tax evaded. They are the most corrupt organization in the United States. They are not a real religion. They are not a they're Tom Cruise and other people and Trump are a part of Scientology. Scientology is all about human child and money laundering. Their organizations are in New York, California, Los Angeles, Virginia, Texas, Mexico. They're all over the country. They're in New Jersey. And y'all, I'm gonna show you guys something. I'm gonna introduce you guys to someone on TikTok. Actually, her name is Jessica Palmeradio. See if I can find her because I love her. Hold on. Jessica. Okay, EMS, tell me if I'm wrong on this. Ready? So this girl, she goes and she exposes the shit.
What year do you have to be born in to be considered old?
I feel like 1990. I think if you're born anywhere past 2000, if you under 2000, like if you're born.
So this girl goes and exposes Scientology. Scientology, y'all, is a very dangerous cult. It is a cult that believes in stuff that is not okay. The guy that owns it is called David Miscavige. So EMS, you can talk about what Scientology is really about.
Oh man, I don't even follow that.
Like the 1900s.
I think I want to say it's mostly about you don't go to the hospital. You just let whatever is ailing you work its way out. The problem is because of the way they do the Scientology.
What is Scientology?
What may be working its way out may not be really a good thing for you.
No.
So here's a video.
No, it's a cult. Secta. It's a sect. It's a cult. They're going to get the little girl. They're going to have her working 110 hours a week. No, it's a cult. It's a cult.
That's Uncle Streets.
No. If they get your name, they're going to harass you for the rest of your life. Cult. Look up Scientology. Don't do it. It's a cult. It's a cult. It's a secta.
Okay.
No. Run. They're running. Look, good.
Okay, good night. It's off. Good night. Sorry. But yeah, so Scientology is a cult. CPR is saving lives. I'm going to turn this off. I forgot I had this on. I still have this on. I don't know why. But Y'all, I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna show you guys something.
7.5 right now, sorry.
And I forgot it's off. So I'm CPR. Please. Right. So EMS, you can talk about it.
CPR saves lives. Again, like I said, bad CPR or badly done CPR is better than no CPR provided.
Mm-hmm.
It's always best to learn CPR, but at least you should learn. You should at least learn bad CPR to where you can actually jump in and help to keep somebody alive, while you're waiting for EMS response.
Exactly.
Because it's a far better thing than standing there watching somebody.
I'm trying to find the EMS videos. Oh, do you remember the old show? What's it called? It's college kids. Okay, check this out. College EMS. Which one should I show? Oh, I got a good one to show. Do you remember Harper's Ferry?
Hmm?
Hold on. My best friend. Tell me if this reminds you. So this is West Virginia. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys a training course in West Virginia. Yeah.
There's a shortage in EMS providers, not only in West Virginia, but nationwide. With these people finishing this course, being prepared then to move on to take the National Registry Certification exam and then get their state certification, it opens up for a lot of people to obtain paid positions in EMS. And with the National Registry certification, they can even...
Okay.
Turn it off! It's 12:30.
Uh-oh.
It's not 12:30.
I don't care. You're not.
Hey, First. How are you doing?
Hey, how you doing, Jessica?
I'm doing good. Did you see what I said? If you're ever alone and something happens and you're having chest pains, take a deep breath and force cough. Then take another deep breath and force cough. And that's almost like you providing yourself CPR until you can get to the hospital.
So, Jessica, you make a really, 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 really good point, because I can tell you this. You know how much I love nurses, and you know I've always backed, and you know how I've always backed you on the microphone. So I will say this: I went through a really bad scenario today. I had to do CPR on a family member, and it scared the living shit out of me today. My uncle's head, my uncle, his head when he was sitting in the chair, his head went back. And he was unresponsive for 5 minutes. Who's trying to hop in? I don't know this person.
Hey, Ziggy. How you doing there, buddy?
Is he a first responder?
He is a veteran from the Army who's had a traumatic brain injury, and he is a wonderful, informative person. He's an awesome person.
I would love to have him in a box.
Yes.
Ziggy, I heard you're a veteran.
Yes.
Well, I will tell you this: foremost, thank you for what you've done for this country, for this nation. Because I've been watching Madam Secretary, and I I don't know if you read my essay, but I'm foremost for our veterans and our troops, and I back our military families through and through. But
Yeah. I just came because he called.
oh well, we're talking about CPR. We're talking about
Okay.
first aid.
Yep.
So, do you know what? Okay? Because you're a veteran, you already have CPR training.
Yes.
Do you remember combat life-saving classes?
No. It was I have a traumatic brain injury, so
Okay.
Yeah,
um
sometimes it takes a little bit of time for Ziggy to formulate what he wants to say, but once he says it, is very, very impactful.
Good.
yeah,
Ziggy,
I can't remember 15 years ago.
okay, I'm gonna.
I can't remember today.
Okay, I'm going to turn my speaker off because it's really loud. Give me a minute. Oh. Yeet! I hate the fact this thing keeps falling. I'm here. Sorry. My thing keeps falling. So, what we're talking about is CPR.
Yep.
So, Ziggy, so I'm going to explain something. So, CPR is not just it's not just life saving. It's also. I'm so tired. I haven't slept. I had to deal with medical emergency to the house. But CPR is the #1 life-saving mechanism in this country. It can prevent a heart attack. It can prevent someone from dying. It can prevent someone from choking. It can prevent anything. There's 5 signs that I'm going to point out. If someone is choking, you're going to take your fist, your hand, and you're going up. You're bringing.
Yes. I remember that.
Okay. So, and then for CPR, you're going to take your bottom hand, your top hand,
In top hand, yeah.
and
I
you're.
remember that. Push to no,
Nope.
It's
what?
It's 30 compressions, and then 6 breaths.
No,
2
2.
breaths.
Yeah.
2
Yes.
breaths.
So, yeah, so Ziggy, because the
See, I remembered.
Ziggy,
and he has the greatest laugh too.
Ziggy, it's good to hear your voice back up on TikTok. But I just
you should if Ziggy is okay with it, you should let him tell you about himself and how he's got himself to where he is today.
It's 15 years. Oh my god. Well, I'll save that for another day because I'm not in kind of where it's 12 here.
You're good.
So
You're good,
I was
Zig.
just checking in because I'm going to sleep.
You're good.
EMS is 12:30, and I have to get up early. I have to be up at 3.
Yeah,
I just
another
realized
time I'll follow you and I followed you already.
I have to be up tomorrow. I have to deal with my uncle tomorrow. I've got doctor's appointments. Y'all, I am getting off tonight. EMS, me and Uncle EMS, y'all, we will catch y'all
Yeah,
on the flip side.
definitely.
And you absolutely did the right thing by jumping in and doing what you did.
Exactly. That's if you guys need to follow Ziggy or Uncle EMS or me. Again, before we get off, CPR is a life-saving mechanism in the United States. Please do it. If someone is choking, okay, this is the sign for choking. If someone is choking, stay fucking calm. If you need to do CPR, it's one hand here, and you're going down. If you're not trained on how to use an AED, it's easy.
I did it on a dummy.
Yep, it's all by. And
Yeah.
and today, I actually had to do it on a human being.
Yep. The AED is amazing because it literally instructs you as to what to do.
You plug it in, you turn it on. If it says to shock someone, you hit the shock button. If it says not to shock someone, don't do it.
Actually, some of them are even locked out, to where if no shock is advised, it won't let you shock them.
I'm gonna pull. I'm not gonna pull a video up right now, but I'm gonna pull a picture up of what an AED is.
They're pretty awesome little devices.
They are, and I can tell you, paramedics now have the big ones.
Oh, so they can jumpstart cars now. I saw a MacGyver episode where he did that.
With the a butter knife or something.
Yeah.
Or
pretty much.
Swiss Army knife.
Yeah. I think there was one episode where he jump started a person, and another one episode where he jump started a car.
Okay,
in order to get away from the bad guys.
Okay, so check this out. This is the ones that we all use with our ambulances. Y'all, I can tell you. Okay, so I'm going to explain what's in this. So it's got the AED pads, it's got the EKG wires, the pulse ox, it's got a blood pressure cuff on one side. The small machine can do everything.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's different.
Yeah, Ziggy.
Yeah.
Do you remember how small the AEDs used to be?
Let's see.
Compared to.
And in a lot of cases, you don't need, for depending on who's using it. A lot of times you don't need the big ones. You just need the one that will provide a shock.
Yes,
that's like that right there.
Wow.
So yeah, y'all, we've gone from this small thing to this big thing.
Yep. But if you work for somebody and they don't have one, I would talk to your human resources department and strongly recommend they get get one or two, depending on how big the office is, and put one on each corner of the office, because that will save a lot of lives. They're kind of expensive, but if all it takes is one life, and it pays for itself, and that's the box you should have in your That's the box that you want in your office right there.
So, y'all, I'm going to say this. If you live on the Northeast, because it's snowing, because it's now, Alexa, what is the weather in New Jersey?
Right now in Trenton, New Jersey, it's 14 degrees Fahrenheit with clear skies. Today's forecast has cold temperatures with a high.
Thank you. So, y'all, because if you live on the Northeast, we've got blizzards, we've got snow. The only way in and out is either by a Coast Guard, because New Jersey does not have. Do we still have a medevac helicopter, or do we get rid of those?
No, I was in the Army.
So we still have the Army helicopters, but
yeah.
Y'all, the only thing I'm gonna tell you now is if you live in Alaska or if you live on the East Coast, you're fucked. Because it's snowing, it's 14 degrees weather, and I'm going to tell you, it is miserable right now. It's 14 degrees. So please take it with a hesitance of do not go out tonight. We don't want to respond to a. Yeah. because the search and rescue teams are not on call. Ski patrol is not on call. The only people that are on call at night is the Coast Guard. And Ziggy can tell you what it is to wake up and having to go on a call like that. Ziggy, do you want to tell people what it's like having to wake up and getting towed to a helicopter?
What?
Well, Ziggy never really responded to EMS calls. He was more a soldier in the army.
Yes. And I was that was part of my training to in the IET or the IET
You were
specific training.
so you did intelligence.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he was working on a computer.
Ziggy, I feel bad for you.
No.
What you should do is go to his page. What you should do is go to his page and look at all of the videos that he has.
No, I deleted them. And I deleted most of my movies and stuff like that, and I only have one.
But I'm gonna get off, y'all. I'm gonna hit the hay tonight.
Okay.
It's too cold out, and I don't want to wake up. I don't want to have to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I'm getting off too.
Not a
Bye,
problem.
everybody.
Thanks